For many people, out of the four kinematic equations, this one here actually poses the most problems. Here we're going to take the equation and solve it for a single variable. In this first video, we're going to do it for the initial velocity. As with any equation where you're solving for a variable, it's usually best to circle the variable you want to solve for, as well as the entire term that that variable is associated with. A term being anything that is being multiplied or divided by that variable. This is what you need to get by itself. In other words, everything on this side of the equation, such as the 1/2 at squared, we need to get rid of that. Since this is a second term, once again all being multiplied and divided, we can get rid of it all at once. These two terms are being added, so the best way to get rid of this stuff over here is to just subtract it away. 1/2 a times delta t squared. Alright, whatever we do to one side, we also have to do the other. So on this side, there's also going to be a negative, or a subtraction of 1/2 a delta t squared. Alright. On the right side, we have 1/2 at squared minus 1/2 at squared. All of this cancels out. On the left, we have delta x minus 1/2 a delta t squared equals, on the right, all we have left is the vi delta t. Vi times delta t. Switching colors. We still want to get the vi by itself. Right? And the only thing that's left to move is this delta t. Since they're being multiplied, the opposite function from that would be division. A delta t divided by a delta t, they cancel. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. And what we have left, a lot of stuff here on the left, we have a delta x minus 1/2 times a times delta t squared all over delta t, and that's equal to just our vi. Things to note with this equation: whenever you do something to one side, you have to do it to both sides. Whatever you're doing to one side, you're doing to the entire side. With subtraction, it's not too difficult. Here's something, subtract by itself, that goes away to 0. With the division of the t, this is confusing at times. If you divide this side by t, the vi delta t over delta t, this cancels. But since you divided this entire side by delta t, you also have to divide this entire side by delta t. Not just the delta x, not just the 1/2 a delta t squared, but the whole side. This is sufficient. This is mathematically correct.